Hi everyone. In this video, we'll be looking into a game between Grandmaster Gukesh D and Grandmaster Adam Kozak from the round 3 of FIDE's Olympiad 2024 between India and Hungary B. Let's jump right into the game. Gukesh, starting with the white pieces, go for 1d4. Adam replies with knight to f6, c4, e6, knight to f3, bishop to b4 with check, knight on b to d2, d5, q into a4 with check, knight to c6, e3. Adam goes for castling, a3, bishop takes on d2 with check, bishop takes on d2, knight to e4, rook to d1, knight to e7, bishop to d3, b6, q into c2, bishop to b7, Gukesh goes for castling, h6, bishop to c1, a5, b3, knight to g6, bishop to b2, f5, a4, rook to f7, knight to e1, rook to c8, f3, knight to f6, bishop to e2. So if you look at this position, after 19 moves, match is pretty much balanced. So the right continuation here for Adam is putting the knight to d7 and rotating the knight. Knight on f6 is dominated by the pawn on f3. But instead, he will play q into e8. And this is a mistake. And now Gukesh is having an advantage of plus 1.7. And he continues with knight to d3, knight to d7, rook on f to e1, knight to e7, bishop to f1, knight to c6, bishop to a3, knight to f6, rook to c1, rook to d7, knight to f4, q into f7, c5, rook on d to d8, bishop to b5, knight to d7, q into d2, q into f6, rook to c2, g5, knight to d3, knight on d to b8, rook on e to c1, q into g7, q into e1, king to h8, knight to e5, knight takes on e5, d takes on e5, c6, bishop to d3, b takes on c5, rook takes on c5, knight to d7, rook takes on a5, knight takes on e5, bishop to f1, rook to a8, rook to c2, knight to g6, bishop to b2, e5. Now if you look at this position, the game is completely winning for Gukesh, and he's having an advantage of plus 3.7. And he continues with rook takes on a8, bishop takes on a8, a5, king to h7, a6, rook to b8, b4, q into a7, rook to c5, q into e7, q into c3, rook to d8, q into c2, e4, f takes on e4, f takes on e4, b5, q into c7, b takes on c6, rook to f8, bishop to b5, knight to e7. So if you look at this position, after 51 moves, Gukesh is completely won the game with an advantage of plus 10. I want you to pause this video for a moment, try to figure out the brilliant move played by Gukesh in this position. Kudos if you are able to find out the right continuation for Gukesh in this position. The brilliant move played by Gukesh in this position is rook takes on d5, sacrificing the rook. He gave up a rook for a pawn. The problem is that pawn was guarded by the knight. But if the knight go ahead and captures that rook, then we will have queen takes on e4 with check. Then it is a mate net. We'll have to block the check with the rook, or if he tries to move away like this, then it will be ended mate very quickly. Gukesh will continue with queen to h6 with check. There is no stopping this. If he blocks with the queen, it is mate in one. So because of that, Adam Kozak cannot go ahead and accept this sacrifice. So he continues with rook to f7. Queen takes on e4 with check, king to g8, and Gukesh moves the queen to d4 and still ignores the rook hanging on d5. And it was in this position after 54 moves, Adam Kozak resigned the game to Gukesh D, and India went on to defeat Hungary B team 3.5 to 0.5. In the other boards, Pragnananda and Arjuna Gaisi also managed to win the games for India. The reason for resignation here is Adam Kozak has already fallen to mate in threat. There is no time for capturing this rook on d5. The problem is the current threat on the board is bishop and queen has team up and trying to mate on h8. There's no prevention. He can try to prolong the game by playing moves like rook to f1 with check, king takes on f1, knight takes on d5, queen takes on d5 with check, king to f8, queen to f5 with check, king to e8, queen to g6 with check, queen to f7 with check, forcing the queens to come off, queen takes on f7, king takes on f7, but this will also, even the queens come off the board also, matches dead loss for Adam Kozak, and if there is a forced mate in 6 moves from here on, that is, the continuation is c7, g4, there is no stopping the promotion now, c8 equal to queen, b takes on g2 with check, king takes on g2, king to g6, queen takes on g4 with check, king to f7, queen to g7 with check, king to e6, and queen to d7, checkmate. Foreseeing this, Adam Kozak has decided to resign the game to Gukesh after this move.